This is part 2 of your video on writing equations of piecewise functions. So when it wants you to write the equation, it's going to say write the rule. So the rule is going to look like this. You're going to have f of x equals, and then you're going to make this large bracket. Because I have 1, 2, 3 lines, I should have 1, 2, 3 equations. I have to go from left to right. So this one on left has to go first, this is second, and this is third. Okay. These equations don't take a lot of work to write. I can just figure them out as is. This first one lands at 7. So I'm going to have 7 is less than, and then I've got to write the domain, which is -9 to -4. -9 is a closed circle. 4 is an open circle. Done. Then I'm going to go to 2. 2 is y equals 4. Because it's y equals or f of x equals, and I already have that out here to the left, I don't need to write it again because I already have it here on the left. Okay, this one goes from -4 to 3. -4, there's a closed circle. At 3, there's a closed circle. My next one is at 2. And at 3, there is an open circle. And at 8, there is a closed circle. And that is my final answer. So for each line, you're going to have a line in your function, in your piecewise function. For each one, you're going to have an equation and you're going to have the domain, just like we practiced doing. Okay, let's look at the second one. The second one, we're going to have 2 equations. So the first equation, well, it's a straight line, so it's just going to be y equals 6. We're done. The second equation, well, it's not a horizontal line, so we're going to have to work a little harder. So we're going to have to find our point. Point this one, this is 3, 0. That's easy to find. And now we need to find our slope. So we're going to go up, this one works here, to 1, 2. Now, let's make it bigger. Whoops. Make it bigger so you can see it. So we're going to go up 2 and write 1, 2, 3. So our slope, let's do small, is 2/3. Now that I have that, I can write my equation. So I'm going to have y minus y1, which is 0, equals 2/3 times x minus the x1, which is 3. Y minus 0 is just y. Distribute, I get 2/3 x. Remember our shortcut, it's a positive times a negative, so it's a negative. This 3 over here on the right divided by the 3 on the bottom is 1, times the 2 on the top is 2. I don't have another number to bring over. This is in slope-intercept form. That's my answer. So now I need to write my final answer. So I'm going to say f of x equals, big bracket, I have 2 lines, I'm going to have 2 equations. I have to work from left to right. So the first one is f of x equals 6. Okay? And now I've got to write the domain, -7 to 3. So it'd be -7, closed circle, less than or equal to x. At 3, open circle, 3. Now I'm going to write my second equation, 2/3 x minus 2. And now the domain. Well, this domain is not in between 2 numbers. This starts at a number and keeps going. It gets bigger. So it starts at 3 and gets bigger. So it's all the numbers greater than 3. But it's a closed dot, so it's all the numbers greater or equal to 3. And that is my answer. Okay, one last one. Like this. So we have 3 equations. Okay? And I've got to go in order. I can't mix and match them. Okay, on the first one, a point. Well, how about -5, 6? The slope. Oh dear. What's going on? Okay, if I'm counting the slope for this one, I'm going to start here. Now, normally I go left to right, so I got to pick a point on the left. I'd go up 1, 2, over 1. So it's 2 over 1. All right, write in point slope form. So you have y minus y1 is 6 equals my slope, which is 2, times x minus x1, which is negative 5. Minus a negative is plus a positive. So I have, whoops. I have y minus 6 distribute equals 2x plus 10. Add 6 to both sides. Y equals 2x plus 16. Okay, now think about it. This graph is going to keep going up this way. Having a y-intercept of 16 makes sense, doesn't it? Well, that's good. Okay, my second equation. It's a straight line at negative 2. So just y equals negative 2. Done. My third one. Well, I need a point. So I got 2, 3. Now I need a slope. There's intersections. I go down 1, 2, over 1, 2. So down 2 and over 2. So now I can put it in point slope form. So I have y minus y1, which is 3, equals my slope. Well, negative 2 over negative 1 is just, I said that wrong. Negative 2 over 2 is just negative 1 times x minus 2. So y minus 3, negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Add 3 to both sides. So I get y equals negative x plus 5. And if you extend that, yeah, that makes sense. All right, so now that I have my 3 equations, now I can finally write my rule or that piecewise function. So I write f of x. Whoa, that one was terrible. Take 2. A big bracket. Equation 1 first. 2x plus 16, comma, domain. Oh, look at this domain. It starts at negative 5 and goes to the left. So it gets smaller. So it's all the numbers less than negative 5. And it's an open circle, so x is all the numbers less than negative 5. Okay, over here, for y equals negative 2, that goes second, and it's in between negative 4 and 2. So negative 4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 2. And the last equation, negative x plus 5, is less than, well, it's in between 2 and 7. 2, we have a less than or equal to x, which is less than 7. Okay, next time we're going to start graphing some piecewise, but today we're going to, I guess we're going to do a lot of graphing to piecewise, but we're going to try it once a little bit today with a real life problem. Okay, so they're talking about the shipping cost, whoops, not what I meant to do, of a different item. And based on the weight, it's got a different cost. So as long as the weight is somewhere in between 0 to 2 pounds, it costs $5. It costs weigh 1 pound, 1.5, 1.75, but as long as it's between 0 to 5 pounds. Okay, so it's a flat rate. So it's going to be a flat line. Between 2 and 4, it's $8. 4 and 6, it's $11. Okay, we can read the chart. So let's see if we can graph that. So starting at 0, and what do you think we need at 0? Open circle or closed circle? Probably open. Okay, and then going to 2, it costs $5. Well, this is my x, and this is my y. So at 0 pounds, it costs $5. And at 2 pounds, it costs $5. And everything in between, it costs $5. Okay, but then once it jumps up past 2 pounds, from 2 to 4, it's 8. Okay, so exactly 2 is 5, but anything more than that, up to 4, is 8. And then once we get to 4 to 6, it's now 11 pounds. And once we get to 6 to 8, it's now $14. Oops, went too far. This kind of piecewise function is called a step function because depending on the level or the step, it changes the value. But we'll do more of these functions next time, so don't stress too much about it.